Welcome to the show, guys. Wrestlemania 40 XL. It's definitely in the books. It's definitely a wonderful weekend. And, we got what I predicted, right? We predicted that Legends would save the WWE Universe in Avengers Endgame-like style. We got The Undertaker, The Rock, John Cena. We even got a little tribute that made us think, ooh, The Shield. Is there a reuniting going on? But ultimately, I'm going to give you guys a little bit different format tonight. We're going to go over some kind of wacky, random thoughts that I had throughout WrestleMania weekend. I'm not going to break the match down move by move like normal format, but I'm just going to give you guys a little peek into my brain of what happens when I sit and I watch WrestleMania weekend and what are some of the weird things that go on in my head as I'm watching this. But I just want to say, start off, there's going to be some seriousness too. Like, I want to start out and I want to talk a little bit about, I feel very connected with the WWE Universe tonight, and I feel very connected to the IWC. This is the kind of night that we witness with Cody Rhodes, ultimately finishing his story. And it unites wrestling fans as a whole. And it's nights like this that we live for. We breathe, and we just keep hoping, we keep achieving all the time. But ultimately, life is very much, the sweet is not as sweet without the sour. So bear with me. I am going to go over, like I said, some random wacky thoughts, but I also want to tie into that. I want to talk about, in my final thoughts, a little bit about why WrestleMania weekend actually legitimized AEW and WWE. This weekend was good for both brands, whether you realize it or not. And I think that's a story that kind of goes under the radar. It's going to be a different show, but let's get in. Guys, again, I'm your host, Bryan, the Hype Ballard. And we're going to start off WrestleMania Night 1. It was the Women's World Championship. We get Rhea Ripley showing up at the band that does their theme song. Look at my ass. Look, 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 right? And I swear I thought originally that the lead singer of the band was Rhea Ripley making her entrance. They look very eerie and similar. I think they did that on purpose. But ultimately, then Rhea Ripley's walking down the ramp. She's selling this song, singing it all the way, rocking out. Rhea Ripley really likes her theme song. Ultimately, she's got that crazy look in her eye. She's going to dominate Becky Lynch. She's going to kick Becky Lynch's ass. And you know what? It's pretty much what happens. Becky tried to do the disarmer, but Rhea Ripley gets a win over Becky Lynch, retaining her world title. And this is good for business because the last year of Rhea Ripley has been booked really well. Yeah, it's been booked really well. She didn't get burned out. Like, I didn't get burned out on Rhea Ripley. And less was more. And this next year, I think it's her chance to be the workhorse championship for that title. But ultimately, let's go a little bit further. Oh, we got a 6-pack ladder match. For tag teams, by the way. Everybody knew that we were going to split up these titles. They knew it was probably a 92.735% chance. And that's exactly what we got. But kind of little nods that we got. DIY doing their best DX impression coming out. Man, Tommaso Ciampa really, really, really looked like a skinny Triple H. Huh. Johnny Gargano did an okay Shawn Michaels. Hey, it's Apollo Creed. It's Consequences Creed. He came out in his TNA of Consequences Creed outfit. Wait a minute. Why is Kofi Kingston dressed like Cobra Kai? That doesn't make sense. Oh, they're in Philadelphia, Bryan. That means, Rocky, Philadelphia. I see what you did there. That's not Consequences Creed, it's Apollo Creed. And that's Rocky Balboa in the yellow and black, not Johnny from Cobra Kai. Funny moment. We did get a tag title split. And a lot of just fun craziness in this matchup. The titles were split, and we did see New Day not getting the win here, right? A-Town down. Under. They got the win. A-Town down under made the New Day go up, down the ladder, and on down the rankings. And then we got people over there, what's up? If you feel me, what's up, what's up, what's up? We got K Quick. I mean, R-Truth, for my TNA peeps. We got R-Truth getting his WrestleMania moment. And I believe this was his first ever WrestleMania win. I'm happy for him, man. He's been entertaining, played into his character. Him and The Miz are doing some fun work right now. And, just keep up the good work out there. Hey, we got a tag team title match that was really, really, really kind of thrown together. What could it use? Hey, let's put some more luchas in there. Hey, let's get Dragon Lee as a tag partner for Rey Mysterio. No, just kidding. Cancel. Let's not do that. Let's add in Andrade instead because, he just came back. Poor Dominic Mysterio at Mania didn't know what to do. And he just needed to show us that his daddy issues aren't through. Because there ain't no party like a Lucha House Party. Oh, wait. No, that's not a Lucha House Party. That's Jason Kelsey in a mask. Rey Mysterio and his team get the win here. And my predictions are going kind of out the window at this point. Next up, we got brother versus brother. You got Owen Hart and Bret Hart. You got Matt and Jeff Hardy at WrestleMania 25. Well, this has got to be a great match, right? Brother versus brother. I didn't care about the build-up. I didn't like the way it was built. But that just means the match is going to be really good. I mean, these guys, have been together since birth. That's got to mean something. They share a bedroom probably when they're kids growing up. That's got to mean something. I'm sure they wrestled really, really good, probably really better matches in their bedrooms as kids. Who knows? Maybe they had some trauma in this matchup from Rikishi yelling at them for wrestling, and maybe they were just kind of taught not to do that. Ultimately, not really much going on in this matchup. Oh, by the way, Lil Wayne came out. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Announcers think that Lil Wayne's the greatest rapper of all time. That's not awkward at all for Snoop Dogg, who's going to appear on night 2, but okay. I'll let you guys debate that one. So we got brother versus brother. Hey, Jimmy, I got an idea. Yeah, Jay, what is it? Let's have a super kick party. Let's go out there and be the Young Bucks. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Yeet is translation for kick, kick, kick. Super kicks all around. Jey Uso gets the win. Should have been Jimmy. It does more for Jimmy. Jay doesn't really do anything. Jay could take a loss and it didn't matter. But Jimmy can now at least go retire on the island of irrelevancy. And then maybe that's good for Jay because Jimmy's not around. I guess there's a reunion coming up soon. Now the bloodline's going to be a little more disbanded. But, all right, let's move on. Hey, you know what WrestleMania really needs? More tag team matches this year. We got the 6-woman tag match. All right, that sounds good. We're talking in creative about this. We're saying, hey, Asuka really deserves a win at Mania. I think WWE Universe would like that. Yeah, that's great, but we can't team her with Jade Cargill. We got to make Jade look strong. She's going to be the real deal. And don't get me wrong, Jade is going to be the real deal. I've watched some Jade Cargill. She was built in AEW and bred for WWE. I mean, she's going to be perfectly booked. She looks extremely strong. Gets the win here. Hey, fun fact, Naomi is the only female that has competed at both WrestleMania 30 and WrestleMania 40. That's interesting. Might have to fact check that one, but I heard that and I was like, that's very, very intriguing. Bianca was there too. But ultimately, yeah, this one was all about Jade and we got what was advertised. Intercontinental Championship. Ole, 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 ole. Let's go. You know what's a great number to not have in your record books permanently in first place? 666. Ugh, I feel weird saying it. But Gunther, he didn't have to lose the title tonight. He could have maybe defended it on Sunday, so if he lost, he wouldn't be cursed with the mark of the beast for the rest of his WWE career. I hope he doesn't have bad luck with that. I hope he doesn't break his leg this year or do something horrendous that just kills his push to the main event. I really want him to win Money in the Bank. I don't know. Maybe it's a curse that's going to happen. Maybe he's going to win the Money in the Bank and then find out there's no contract in the briefcase. Wouldn't be awkward at all. I picked Gunther to win this match. Sami Zayn meets Kevin Owens. Right before he comes out the stage, they hug, and I say, oh crap, Sami Zayn might just win this match. Sure enough, Sammy's your new Intercontinental Champion. He broke the streak. And Sammy now has 2 years and 2 WrestleMania titles. Guys, he's come a long way from his jackass giant mousetrap matches at Mania. Way to go, Sammy. I'm not going to say that Sami Zayn doesn't deserve it. He does deserve to win. I would have liked somebody else to beat Gunther, but ultimately, I'm not going to be the guy arguing that Sammy doesn't get a moment. He's done great work in the last few years. Let's move ahead. We got the tag match. How are we going to book WrestleMania in 2 nights and 2 main events? Says Creative again. Hey, Roman. You know WrestleMania 1 had a tag team match in the main event. Let's do that again at WrestleMania 40. Roman says, I'm not too sure it'll work, wise man. Wait, the coolest kid at Camp WWE said he would be up for coming on a play date with us, as long as you're willing to give him a toy belt to play with too. Awesome. Let's have a sleepover until WrestleMania Night 2 together. The Rock will get his People's Championship. Custom made. You got your title, of course. And the Wise Man, he's got his beads that he's awkwardly smelling at the end of night 1. As you see in the picture. Interesting. Hey guys, if you like wrestling, hit like. Love it. Thank you again for everybody that supports me in the channel, supports me on Twitter, at the Bryan Adkins. Check out fansofprowrestling.com and my teammates over there at the Wrestling Fans Insight. We have fun. We have Twitter spaces. We do shows every week. Can't say enough about the guys in the team and everybody over there. Also, we got other great podcasts like Ted's Takes, also on YouTube. Ted, constant supporter and a friend of this channel, and I love that we support each other every year. Keep up the great work over there, buddy. Ultimately, let's get into night 2. We're going to start out with the World Heavyweight Championship match. All right, you know what? I'm okay with that because we started with the World Heavyweight Women's Championship on night 1, and people like symmetry. Symmetry. It's a good word. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do symmetry and have similar titles. Cool. Got it. Let's roll. Plus, honestly, Seth had a rough night on night 1, and he's going to have a long night tonight, so let's just get him out of the way here. So, Drew McIntyre comes out to some Roddy Piper bagpipe type entrance. Love it. Always love when Drew gets a specialty like that. And then Seth Rollins comes out. You know how Seth Rollins dresses. And, you know, it's cool because did Seth Rollins bring the Rosebuds out of retirement from NXT's Adam Rose? Kind of looks like it. It's just kind of a hodgepodge of group. By the way, they were a successful faction. You look at all the past Rosebud members that are WWE stars. It's insane. Ultimately, Seth Rollins comes out, and all of a sudden we have a Claymore kick party. Not as cool as the Usos super kick party, but we do have a Claymore kick party. I got flashbacks of Daniel Bryan in the opening match against Sheamus at WrestleMania. But ultimately, we've got the Claymore kick party, and then Drew McIntyre pulls the best WrestleMania stunt I've ever seen. Amazingly, he takes a phone off to the side. It's his wife there to the right in the picture. He's texting in the middle of a match after he beats up on Seth, and just texts and tweets out on X, bored at work, laugh out loud. That was the most genius media play, and Drew McIntyre just might be my new hero after this match. Amazing, genius. Talk about tying in social media with the work that you're doing in that. Loved it. Why can't I be that clever? Random thought. So ultimately then we've got Drew McIntyre getting his win in his Mania moment. Wow, you know what? He finished his story. Because his story was he won the title during the pandemic. And nobody cheered. At least he couldn't hear the cheers. He could do the Hulk Hogan ear to hand all day long. It would kind of been interesting if he would have just done that throughout the whole empty arena. Maybe done some posing. But yeah, this is Drew's moment And Drew embraced it like a true villain. He went over to CM Punk. Oh, by the way, CM Punk was on commentary. All right. He was, there was more entertaining commentators through the night, but CM Punk was on commentary. Drew McIntyre makes a moment of it, goes over and awkwardly intimidates Punk. Punk tries to sit back and play it cool, but Drew's not having it, and Drew is in his face, and he gives him the DX suck it from the table. And then once he turns his back, Punk tricks him. And then all of a sudden we get a Money in the Bank cash in, well executed by Damian Priest. Damian Priest is your new world champion when you leave Mania. You know, it'd been kind of weird and cool. Not really. Cody won the belt in the main event, and then Damian Priest won that. And Priest walked out Mania as champion. Nah. WWE Universe would revolt. But ultimately, I'm joking, of course. I like the image of Rhea and Damian Priest holding up similar titles here at the opening of night 2. That's cool. Moving ahead, we got the Philadelphia Street Fight. We got Karrion Kross making his Mania debut. I'm happy for him. The guy's had a struggle and a journey. He's one of those stars you can tell he's grateful, and he's amazing. But now, it's time to get extreme. Right after sponsorship, we got Snoop Dogg coming out. Little drunk maybe on commentary with sponsoring his gin and juice. And Snoop Dogg's making some funny commentary. He was actually very entertaining. I think there was a Yogi Bear impersonation when he brought a table out to use in this matchup. Speaking of table, get the tables. Bubba Ray Dudley, the referee of this matchup. ECW. Yeah, that makes sense. It's good seeing Bubba Ray. And he even put on the nerd glasses. It's a great moment to use these legends exactly in this way, especially in Philadelphia. But I knew as soon as Snoop Dogg was out there to promote his gin and juice, there was no way the solo cup sipping Street Profits weren't winning this one, and I did not pick them to win. I told you guys, my Mania picks were bad this year, and we're not on par. But that's okay. I'll have to get into it. And we're going to get into the next matchup. But wait, we got sponsorship. Did I mention that Wrestlemania had a lot of sponsors this year? A lot of sponsorship. It kind of distracted me, especially in night 1. Not a fan. Ironically, the Prime Energy drink sponsorship, where it had a logo in the middle of the ring, did not distract me at all. They dumbed it down and made it very subtle, but you seen it. And that's how you do marketing, right? But I will say the Slim Jim sponsor match didn't, there's a history in wrestling with Slim Jim. And if there's one guy that's going to have a sponsor by Slim Jim, it's LA Knight. Yeah. There's a guy that was sponsored by Slim Jim that used to say, "Ooh yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage," right? So yeah. It makes sense. Okay, cool. So we got LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Why? Well, neither of them had anything to do. And you know what? They sure showed up everyone because they had a good match at Mania. Slim Jim's got to be happy with this one. They put their name on this, and it was a good match, a good back and forth. I knew their styles gel very well, and they've told a long story since, Elimination Chamber. Ultimately, though, it was LA Knight's night, and by the way, it's LA Knight's Mania debut, and he gets a win against a very premier world champion caliber of an AJ Styles. I got big things coming for LA Knight here in the next year. United States Championship, next in line, you guessed it, sponsorship. We got Prime Energy, of course, Logan Paul, right? He paid a lot of money to have his logo in the ring, and hey, he's got to do something special, and it is. And by the way, that dumb little mascot of his in the blue energy bottle that hops along beside him every Mania, it's always somebody under a mask. I made the joke it was going to be Taylor Swift or Travis Kelce, but no. Ultimately, we get out, and I pick Logan Paul in this matchup, and then, oh my God, Sami Zayn meets Kevin Owens at the ramp, but I said, oh my God, they're going to give Kevin Owens this belt. I'm going to lose yet another Mania match. Well, guys, it didn't happen. Thank God for that little Prime Energy drink. We get another YouTube streamer, I Show Speed. We're just going to call him Bark Boy. Bark Boy. They should team him up with Shark Boy. But Bark Boy comes out, he helps Logan Paul. And Logan Paul retains his title. I got one right. And now we're getting right into the WWE Women's Championship. And guys, this is the Damage Control breakup story. It's like the breakup right before the big dance. And Bayley went stag. Bayley went to the dance stag while all her other cool ex-popular friends all kind of came out together. This is Bayley's Mania moment. Bayley comes out in an outfit that reminds me of the Destiny trials from Osiris rounds in the Destiny video game. Or Egypt, either way. Shout out to my Destiny player fans, but I guess either way it could work as an Egypt thing too. Apparently, I was told that her outfit was inspired by a park she played at as a kid or something. But Bayley gets the win here, and I will say the crowd brought back NXT Bayley. And not the flying inflatable and arm man. They brought back the Bayley, ooh, Bayley, ooh, ah. Yeah, they brought that back. Yeah, loved it. Bayley gets a win. She gets her Mania moment. She's a fun person. Her press conferences are even fun. Enjoyed that one as well. And then we get to the Universal Championship in the main event. Guys, it was everything that we wanted it to be. It was Roman Reigns. It was Cody Rhodes. And everything was on the line in 3.5 years of dominance by the Thanos of the WWE, Roman Reigns. And I said it needs to be an Avenger Endgame team up, and we got that. We got Jimmy and Jey Uso interfering, taking each other out off the stage. Best match they've had all weekend. We've got Solo Sikoa coming out. But you know what? He beat John Cena earlier this year, and it made sense. And John Cena, I always say in the world of Dwayne Johnson's, be a John Cena. John Cena was such a great for the business. And John comes out and is a part of the Mania in the WWE Universe, and he's Captain America. And then we've got Solo taken out. And then we get The Rock. The Rock has a nice showdown with Cena. They are 1-1 at Mania. They never had their third match. Word life. We got Thugonomics Cena back then. I want to do a freestyle right now. I can't think of any words. All right, so ultimately, at this point, we get that. And then we also at some point get the Shield music playing. And I'm like, what? No, Dean Ambrose is he's in AEW. Would Tony Khan let him show? No, he wouldn't let him show. No, it can't be Dean Ambrose. That's Jon Moxley. No. Okay, well, how are they going to do the Shield? Is Roman going to turn on himself and join Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose back? No, wait. Seth Rollins is coming out and turning on everyone. No, it's just Seth Rollins. The Rock's waiting. And while the Rock's waiting, Roman takes out Seth Rollins. And then when the lights go out and we get the greatest locker room hero in WWE Universe history, The Undertaker. And he comes and lights come back on in ominous fashion. And the Rock is waiting and waiting to see what happens. And he turns around and he faces The Undertaker looking freaked out. And then The Undertaker grabs him, choke slams him. And the lights go out and The Undertaker disappears once again. When I heard the gong, I got chills and goosebumps. I'm getting them right now, right up my arm. Wow. We got Avengers Endgame, you guys. We got The Undertaker. We got John Cena. We got The Rock. We got The Shield. This was like just so epic. But you know what else we got? We got Cody Rhodes breaking the streak of Roman Reigns. And we got Cody Rhodes as the locker room leader and the future face of the WWE. He's now. And Cody Rhodes, it tells such a great story. It tells everybody in the WWE Universe to never give up on yourself. Never stop doubling down on what you do best. Cody Rhodes and the Rhodes family has fought so hard for this and so long. And Cody has realized the dream. And the American dream, Dusty Rhodes, is very much alive at WrestleMania tonight because of Cody Rhodes and his family and his work. You get Mama Rhodes in the ring, but, even the locker room stars. We got Sammy and Kevin, who had their problems with the bloodline. We got Jey Uso. We got Brandy coming in. Randy Orton, the mentor of Cody. And look who else is in there. We got LA Knight. Yeah. That's interesting. That tells you what they think of LA Knight. He's going to be big, guys, I'm telling you. But Cody Rhodes, and it's nights like this where Cody Rhodes legitimized the wrestling industry. The Rhodes name is legacy. It's up there with the Hearts and everything. But ultimately, this is what made WrestleMania so special, and it made my weekend. It was a frustrating weekend for me. I had wireless internet issues. I had spent my whole weekend trying to get the internet up to work at my place just so I could watch WrestleMania 40. I guess at the end of the day, I had to stay focused like Cody Rhodes, and I had to make sure to try to get what I wanted, and that was to enjoy wrestling with my friends and family and all you guys out there that helped support me over the last few years. So thank you. But guys, let's get into some final thoughts. I believe that, this is the reason we watch wrestling. This is the reason that, we live for and we strive, and sometimes it takes patience, right? We live in such a modern TikTok generation where I want it now in 20 seconds or not at all. And this Roman storyline has been built up for so long, and we got a major payoff tonight. And I'll say, I'll be honest, you're allowed to like. I'll never tell you guys what to like or what not to like. I'll tell you what I like. But, if you guys didn't like this payoff in this story, maybe your journey with wrestling's over. But for me, it's still alive. It's still something that I remember as a kid. So many great moments, and these are the moments that I just live for, and I've really felt so connected with the whole WWE universe. So thank you, everybody that just supports me and my fandom, and I thank you guys so much for all that, and everybody, even in the industry. Also, Cody Rhodes winning tonight, it really, really, really legitimizes AEW and WWE, because Cody Rhodes was never world champion in AEW. WWE is obviously the bigger branded company. They got a 40-year head start, a 40-year dash head start, and a 40-yard dash, right? They're way ahead. But ultimately, Cody was never world champion in AEW, but he's world champion here. And that actually legitimizes both AEW and WWE. So this Cody Rhodes is a champion we can all celebrate. And we can actually, no matter what side you're on, AEW or WWE, we can all celebrate the fact that Cody Rhodes united the two worlds for one night at WrestleMania. Guys, those are my final thoughts and results. A little wacky at times and a little bit, but I'm speaking from the heart tonight. So again, thank you guys sticking with me, and I'm going to head out of here. Have a good evening. Like, share, subscribe, and it's not goodbye around here, guys. It's game over.